So what is the best way to squat that is efficient and safe for everybody? Before we get into it, go watch this video so you have context. My name is Colby Wortman. I'm a strength and conditioning coach, gym owner, father, husband, and real estate investor. I train athletes 365 days a year. I don't just train myself. I train other people, specifically athletes. So I'm going to set my bias aside because a toes out, chest up, knees out squat is not optimal, but it's all about context. Is it optimal to move the most amount of weight with external rotation at our feet? Yes. Why do 90% of powerlifters have external rotation at the feet? Because they can squat more weight like that. To be successful in that sport, you need to lift the heaviest amount of weight. So by all means, that is the most effective, safe, and efficient way to squat for a powerlifter. The waters get muddy when we talk about everyone. I'm not applying this to athletes, as that's my cup of tea. But unfortunately, there's never black and white, and the best squat for a powerlifter is not the same for an everyday athlete or an athlete. So let's break this down with science and not feelings or opinions. When walking, jogging, sprinting, or squatting, our body has its own optimal firing pattern and sequence of muscles. That sequence is glute, hamstring, opposite QL. This is the firing pattern we go through when we sprint. And when we externally rotate our feet, our firing pattern is thrown off. This is a serious question. When was the last time you saw somebody sprint with severe external rotation? Never. So that brings us to the point of toes forward is the optimal position to produce and reduce force naturally from our bodies. They wouldn't do it if that's not the case. So having said that, I'm going to both agree and disagree with this gentleman's video. The optimal or best way or most safe and effective squat for everybody is going to vary depending on what you're doing. So no, an efficient, safe squat isn't for everyone, because what's the definition of efficient and safe? To squat more weight in powerlifting, by all means, a optimal squat is going to include external rotation so that we can be successful at that sport. When we're talking about athletes and setting aside athletes, when we're talking about everyday athletes, people with a body, the most effective way is going to be in a toes forward position because it's the most efficient and natural way for our body to produce and reduce force. So no, I wish it was easy enough to say that a safe and effective squat is best for everybody. This dude is a smart guy. Go follow him if you're in the powerlifting arena. But there's never a black and white statement. Sometimes there's not even a gray statement. Some people lack ankle mobility. Some people have hip issues. Some people have back issues. The human body compensates. So in order to stay optimal, we have to compensate and match that adaptation.